My baby bloomed under a Bronzeville viaduct in '83. He ate, he slept, he dreamed, then shriveled up dead 19 years later at the hands of profiling police playing God on Vincennes. Since then, I've been a wretched ghost of a woman, trying to resurrect a faith the silence of saints has diminished. I paid my offerings, rarely missed a Sunday service, yet the contempt of apathy is what I met with, left searching Chicago, looking for someone to talk to. Can you help me? Is there a preacher here with Lovejoy in his blood? Might any of you have that Elijah as relative, an abolitionist in lineage, warrior hushed by 5 bullets for publishing anti-slavery texts? That mob made good on their threats while his child still nursed his widow, their 2-year-old strapped to her side like a startled shadow. Is there kin of that man here? Do you know? Because I've paced night and day waiting for Calvinist John Rakins, brave enough to teach others the holy conviction of resistance. Might there be any descendants of his? A man who fashioned his home runaway slave safe passage defied the state, while pastors nowadays dare not question nary an established practice. I've fasted and request of Southern Baptists with MLK martyr veins for these times, for these days. Are there no more of them? None hungry to be submitted to the Spirit in limitless allegiance, undefiled in their devotion to a God who is sovereign. Might there be any students from the school of Fred Shuttlesworth present who would shudder at the thought of these modern-day plantation private prisons making Jim Crow of never-freed men? Where are the abolitionists? Because my baby's white-sheeted body was front page of every paper in state, and not one pastor's wife called me. Not one clergyman condemned the hatred folded into the collapsed lungs of our justice system. Deeming my baby's death accident as if that officer's bullet didn't hit its intended target. I wake to witness the heartless dissect my baby's choices, but no one seems to lament when a badge bags bullets marking black boy suspects, condemning them to death before there's any chance for them to name themselves. My mother always said, don't trust those quick to come to your aid, but never your defense. Last week, I went to bed begging my pillow for eternal rest, afraid my tomorrow's faith wouldn't make its way between a rock and a hard place. If we are his bride, ain't the history of the American church a stain on her face? Where are the abolitionists? Oh, church, please tell me when patriotism became the God we are to worship. Tell me, where can I find my Jesus and my countrymen's conscience? Please tell me, zealous patriots, when our Lord named any institution but his bride righteous. Come on. Maybe we don't know the system's interworkings because we're too scared to ask the questions, scared of what the admittance might cost us. Privilege, a meal too good to share with neighbors. Come on. And who is my neighbor? Jesus replied, a man was going down to Jerusalem from Jericho, fell among robbers who stripped him, beat him, and left him for dead. By chance, a priest was going down that same road, saw him, and passed by on the other side. Likewise, a Levite saw him and passed by on the other side. But the Samaritan saw him, had compassion, went to him, bound his wounds,
brought him to the inn and took care of him. Which one of these men proved to be the neighbor? The one who showed him mercy. Go and do likewise. I want to believe our God will break the bones of his bride until Chopin protests and fund resistance like modern abolitionists, radicalized by the greatest commandment and its second, to love God with all their heart, their soul, their mind, and to love me. Love me like I'm them. Let me know when you see those men.